Hi, Chris. Good morning. Hi, Lynette. Well, if you look around this morning, you can see the road here. It almost looks like I'm standing in a riverbed. Look down. You can see all the rocks, the debris, some of the sticks here that flow down from the foothills. But as the sun came up this morning, the crews, they were on it. See a couple of the guys out there now. They're already here performing the cleanup. But if we pan around, you can see there's a line of trucks, Sean. If we move that way over to your left, you can see the trucks are already here. They are here. They're ready to clean up the damage. Not much, mostly in the streets here. Residents say the good news overnight, the K-rails out here really did their job holding back the mud and keeping it in the street.
Seems like the K-rails have really held up.
Very well so far. There is a lot of mud and debris in the roads, but at least it is there instead of in people's houses and in their yards.
And this morning, there are still mandatory evacuations for about 200 homes here in the Mel Canyon neighborhood. Many people we know, though, did decide to stay and weather out the storm. This morning, some of the contractors out here saying it's not as bad as they thought it would be. One of the big things they say that made the difference were the additional plywood barriers that were put up in front of driveways along Mel Canyon to keep the mud back. Certainly not as bad as some of the last storms following the fish fire in the foothills above that left the ground barren and prone for mudslides. Some of the biggest trouble spots we know this morning is along Mel Canyon Road where we are this morning. Officials saying from Public Works that there are a couple of trouble spots, some pockets of mud on nearby streets that need to be cleared as well. And that'll be really the main focus this morning, to make these roads passable so they can be reopened and people who left can go home. The city has been on red alert for the storm this morning, though thankfully officials are reporting no major property damage or injuries.
The K-rail at the top of Mel Canyon here did breach, but it seems like it's been contained pretty well, at least for the time being.
So now that things have dried up a bit, you see back here live some of the crews already out here this morning cleaning up some of the mud. Residents, though, they're encouraged to check with the city website, accessduarte.com, for the very latest on when this road and some of the other nearby roads will reopen. The city says they expect to have another update, perhaps on that website, after 8 this morning. And we'll, of course, have the very latest info. We'll bring it to you in the next hour. For now, Chris and Lynette, we'll send it back to you from a very muddy street here in Duarte.
Yeah, it sure is.